Hiya, I'm Sparkles, and welcome to the video. And if you have been on my channel for a while, you would know I am a big fan of Twisted Wonderland. For better or for worse. Probably worse. So naturally, I decided to create a video about Twisted Wonderland, and drawing characters from memory is a big staple for our channels. And what a better use to use that as an excuse to draw twist characters. Now that being said, I won't be able to do every character in this video, as that would be forever. So I will start off with 4 and maybe make this a small series. God, I'm having so many series on these channels. I only have one. Anyways, please leave a comment below if you'd want me to continue this and make this an actual series. Did I also forget to mention how bad my memory is? Well, too late to back down now. Now, to be fair, so I don't pick my favorites first, I will be using a random wheel generator to tell me what to draw. So let's start off with the first character. So close, Edia. Rook is the first character to draw from memory. Now, I'm going to attempt to draw their dorm uniform, which will be a challenge, as Twisted Wonderland is known for their very detailed and very complicated outfits. So, to give myself a slightly easier time, I have allowed myself to look at these characters' outfits for at least 10 seconds to get the whole gist before making this. So let's start and attempt to draw Rook from memory. I will say that Rook is one of my favorite characters in Twisted Wonderland. He is a little weird. Maybe a lot weird, admittedly, but he's funny, and that's all that matters, really. Now, one thing I did was, when I started out, was trying to compile parts of the design in my memory, such as remembering that he has a bob, the hat with the little feather, the sleeves, and the purple in the design. Though later you'll see that the purple was more purple than the bluish purple that the uniform usually has. Just so I don't draw an entirely different character, which I was really afraid of happening during this series, but I guess that's the fun of it, so, you know, you'll have to wait and see. Automatically, I forgot the shape of the Pomfiore. Why are these names so difficult? Pomfiore uniform, and I was stressing out immediately. Especially his shoes, which, in my defense, the game does not show the shoes. It's usually cut off past the waist, but still, he is one of my favorite characters, and I can't remember his stupid shoes. I gave him these weird hunting boots that I think he has in his normal NRC uniform. Somehow, I must have convinced myself he wears those shoes in every outfit. Speaking about forgetting the details, I managed to poorly shape out the hat, which is, it looks really bad, but in my defense, I don't draw hats often. Maybe I should. I also forgot all the gold details, which completely was lost in translation for me. I vaguely remembered that there was some while drawing, but I could not remember where and what it looked like, so I was just like, who's gonna miss it? Instead of what I assumed is leather pants, I was convinced they were leggings and drew them very fitting to his legs. Rook has green eyes, but apparently in my memory they're yellow because that's what I drew. Another addition I added were these archery gloves, because Rook is an archer, but he has regular gloves in his normal outfit. as you can see, I was not lying about my memory. Other than those major details, I am pretty proud that I remembered, certain aspects of the outfit. All in all, not too bad. Great value Rook is now burned into your minds just like it is burned into mine. Honestly, it could have been much worse, and trust me, there is much worse coming in this video. But let's spin the wheel again to get the next character to draw from memory. And it's Deuce Spade. Let's get into it. I was very confident in my memory of drawing the Hartzell uniform, as I've drawn a lot of them. See my video about Ace. But what I wasn't confident about was, again, the details and Deuce himself. Now, I'm going to be the first to admit, he isn't my favorite character. He's not a bad character at all, but he's just not my kind of character that I like. It's mainly just a personal preference. You can like him all you guys want. It's entirely a me problem. Though I do think he does get probably the best SSR cards. It also doesn't help that I don't like the way people baby him, like he's an actual baby. But that's a conversation that is probably for another day and not for a drawing from memory video. I nearly gave him a bowl cut when I forgot what his hair looked like. He has these weird cut bangs that swoop to one side, like a little bit, like they half-heartedly swoop to one side, but I did not remember. So instead, I just kind of laid his bangs that did not make his forehead too big and did not make him look like he was bald. I knew he had this one little hair sticking out, but it was in a different position, and I just did my own thing, apparently. I'm kind of disappointed in myself, in part of the fact that I didn't remember the vest in the uniform and fused it with the shirt that goes under the vest. But, my brain is a confusing mess. There were some major details I did skip over, which was the rose on his jacket, the checker part of the sleeve. I added red when it's supposed to be just black and white. The lack of this stupid sash, don't get me started. And the buttons were on the wrong side, and far too few of them. And I could have sworn the shoes in this Hartzell uniform had Velcro, just Velcro, but I seem to have missed the laces. But I did get the shape, which is pretty good, unlike Rook. I did get the pants for the uniform right, but the stripes were too big. I think I did much better than Rook's. However, there could have been more I could have scavenged in my brain to remember the details. Great value Deuce. Let's not waste any more time and get into the next character to draw from memory. And it's Riddle Rosehearts. Woo! I really do like Riddle. I do find his character and the development he goes through the chapters to be really amazing. It doesn't feel like he turns into a completely different character when he makes the changes he does, but it certainly does make him feel like he had to grow in some way. Now, unlike Deuce and Rook, I felt pretty confident in this one, as though Riddle's design is much more difficult being a house warden. I was prepared. after doing these 2 drawings to remember as much as possible. For the most part, I got the whole silhouette of the dorm uniform pretty well, getting very close to the original one. It's probably the closest I get to drawing the outfit out of all of these drawings, which, seeing how the first 2 turned out, isn't a very high bar, but still. Though I did this weird thing with the cape where I scrunched up the fabric in this like weird twisted way, which is not at all how it looks. It kind of looks like intestines, which is super gross, and we're just gonna skip past that and pretend I did not do that. There's plenty details I did miss though, such as the tiny crown he likes to wear, which I have no idea how he wears that on the side of his hair, but like, whatever. The gloves that weren't nearly as long as I remembered in my head. The tiny details on the top half of his outfit, and the skirt adjacent cape thing he's got going on that I fashioned into this weird, like, what's the word for it? Curtain. I turned it into this weird curtain thing. I have no clue how I thought that's how it worked, but we'll move past it. While I did not remember a lot of the details, I'm surprised I remembered a lot more than the others. Coloring wise, I was pretty spot on, though Riddle's hair is significantly desaturated in my own memory and in this own drawing. Getting to the end of the Speedpaint, I was glad I did not get as bad as Rook and Deuce. All in all, a pretty good, great value Riddle. Now, for the 4th and final character to draw from memory, Malleus Draconia is next. The Thorn Prince himself. And let me tell you, I was fearing for my life. Even with the references in the past when I've drawn fan art of him, I've always messed up his face and horns and uniform, so attempting to draw him from memory sounds horrifying. But I pushed through it to make content out of my suffering. Yay. Like many people, I do love Malleus. While I do feel iffy on his character development being very lacking and barely involved in his own book, I do like him. He does have this weird thing with unchecked power that rarely gets addressed, and when it does, it gets glossed over so fast, which shout out to Ace, who did call him out in his little vignette in the Halloween event. Yay, Ace reference. Who doesn't love a tragic character with a hyper fixation on gargoyles and an interest in the protagonist? Now, you do remember what I said, that the worst was yet to come? Yeah, we're at the point now of no return, so strap in for the worst Storm uniform I've drawn from memory. Now, silhouette-wise, I don't know why I'm making so many mistakes. Silhouette-wise, it's kind of close if you close your eyes, and if you never saw Malleus ever in your life. I'm just happy I got his horns right. I usually don't. Even with all the references in the world, I will always mess up Malleus's horn, so that it was a win. It was a tiny win. Honestly, I can't blame myself too much on this very bad design, because in my opinion, Deuce's uniforms are stupid and weirdly designed. I still like them, don't get me wrong, but man, I don't know how they got Maleficent to this. For starters, the jacket I made was way too short, and I forgot the asymmetrical part of the end coat. I also... the pants are weird. I guess it was not too memorable in my eyes to keep it. Some small details I did miss, like the things on his cape, cloak thing, and the stripes on his pants, and his tiny hat. What's with this game and tiny hats? But actually, no, I can't really sugarcoat this. This is probably the worst design I've ever drawn. I am very disappointed, and I hope Sebek does not hunt me down for this atrocity. But that is all of the Twisted Wonderland characters from memory. I hope you guys love to see my suffering as much as I suffered, which was a lot. Please comment below which one was your favorite great value, and I kind of hope to make this more of a series to see how well I can remember the characters, and if my memory will not fully fail me. My goal is to actually draw a uniform perfectly from memory. That's the goal. Now, please like and subscribe for more content. And and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.